Stephen Smith at Thunderstorms on Twitter is asking, can a high efficiency house or a passive house accommodate a wood stove? And what are the challenges for the envelope and air quality?
Stephen, that's a great question, actually. So, high efficiency home, one of the most important parts is the air tightness. You obviously know this based on your question that you've asked. And whenever you have a wood stove, that's a hole through your roof, basically. So really, any hole going through our envelope is an issue that needs to be addressed when you're building a high efficiency home, whether it's a wood stove or your dryer or bathroom fans if you have them. In our case, in our home, we wanted a wood fireplace. Actually, Veronica can pan the camera over there and see it. We made it look like a wood fireplace, but it's not. It's actually bioethanol because we did want it, but we didn't want the big hole through the roof. However, we wanted the sense of having that fireplace, and we didn't have natural gas. We didn't want fossil fuel free, so that's what we ended up with. So there's options outside of that. If you really do, actually, and to finish what I started saying, is we don't have our dryer is condensing, so that doesn't vent out through the envelope. We don't have any bathroom fans because of our fresh air system, which I've talked about in previous videos or in podcast. So we've eliminated all these penetrations going through it. If you absolutely want to put a wood stove into a high efficiency home, it is possible. There are manufacturers out there who will design sealed units that will be airtight that you can put into a high efficiency home. What you will have to look at is to make sure that you don't oversize your unit, because the really high efficiency units, the ones that are sealed, are actually extremely efficient in terms of the amount of heat that they give off and the amount and how they burn the wood. So you would probably put a lot smaller unit into a high efficiency home depending on the size of your home. One thing here is we realized that we couldn't really put a big wood burning fireplace here because even if we did, it would overheat the home. So those are things that you would have to work through with your energy advisor too. You know, how many BTUs does your home need? How much heat do you need to actually heat your home? And what is the wood stove going to give off? If you're just putting it in for more the ambiance and to set the scene for certain events or a nice night with your wife or your husband, that's a different story, right? So they'll figure out what it is you're trying to do with it. If you are trying to heat, just make sure that you're not putting in something that's going to overheat your house. It would be kind of a shame if you were burning your wood stove and having to open all your windows every time you ran it. So there are models out there. Yes, you can make it happen. In terms of indoor air quality, it shouldn't affect your indoor air quality at all. In terms of issues with the air barrier, you just need to make sure that that's sealed going outside the unit. Actually, recently we did have an issue on a home where it wasn't a completely sealed unit, but because the home was so airtight, the air leakage, the majority of the air leakage in the house is coming through this fireplace now. So that main area ended up being colder. Plus, we ended up having some condensation around the pipe going through the roof because of how the pipe was manufactured. So we were able to fix that with some Roxol insulation. However, those are things that you don't really know about these issues until you try them, right? So those are things that we've come across. So at the end of this, it's possible. Do your research, work with your energy advisor, work with your architect, work with your contractor. You can find a wood stove that'll work for your high efficiency home.